Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Britton's Hangout Hour, episode 146. I'm here today with Christian's HobbiBlog. How you doing, man?
Good. Thank you so much for inviting me on. This is really exciting.
Yeah, glad to have you here, man. I watched your channel a little bit. I know you talked with Philip Chase a while back.
Hmm.
I'm quite friendly with Philip Chase myself, so
Oh, yeah, very nice guy.
yeah, no, he's a sweet guy. I enjoy our conversations. I actually had him back on the show not too long ago.
Ooh. Yeah, I need to go through your channel because it's only been recently that I've, I guess, been aware of you. And I really enjoy your recommendations. I used to read Cormac McCarthy a lot back in high school with The
Mm.
Road and other books because in 11th grade English, we read a lot of his books. And I really enjoyed it. And I've been really wanting to rewatch them, and watching your videos has sort of rekindled that interest. So,
It sounds kind of like an awesome 11th grade class.
oh, yeah, it was really fun. We even had a screenplay section where we went through like the Inception screenplay and sort of looked for like literary allusions and literary devices and sort of how he wrote Inception. And that was like one of the coolest things I did in that class.
That's fascinating. That sounds cool. I didn't get to do that when I was in high school. Is that an AP class or something?
It was not actually. I was very avoidant of AP classes. The only AP classes I took was AP Statistics, and I failed that so badly.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I
in.
struggled in
Yeah.
AP English. I was like, oh no. No, no, no.
Yeah, I did AP Human Geography, and it was okay, but it's funny because I'm actually professionally a geographer,
Mm.
and I had no interest in that subject in high school, but then it was in college when I actually started taking more of those classes and doing digital mapping that sort of that interest blossomed. And that's what I do a lot nowadays is making maps and just finding statistics and trying to represent it spatially. Like that stuff is my jam. And I think that's why fantasy is such a great genre for me because there are so many maps, and I don't get tired of it. So looking at maps and doing all that.
Yes, I'm also quite fond of fantasy maps. Have you met Jack Shepard?
I don't think so. I know his. I've heard of his name. I think Phillips talked about him.
Yeah, he was the guy who made the map for Phillips
Ooh.
series. He's also made the maps
Okay.
for a couple of other people.
Hmm.
I won't pretend like I'm like close friends with the guy. I've talked with him a few times on Blue Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Cool guy. Yeah,
Hmm.
makes a lot of really cool maps. So
Yeah, I'll have
I
to check
enjoy
that out.
fantasy maps. I'll just say that. That's one of my favorite like little nerd things.
Oh yeah.
In fantasy. We all have that like a lot of people like world building. A lot of people like the lore. I like those too. But
Hmm.
maps. I really like fantasy maps.
Oh yeah. What would you say is your favorite fantasy map or sort of fantasy world that you've seen on a map? I think mine is Wheel of Time because that was like one of the
That's a good
first fantasy
question.
maps.
Um, I don't actually know. Let me think. Uh, I'll go with Westeros.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a huge a huge poster of it in college hanging in my room. It was like probably the size of like this whole section of posters right here behind me. It was just the entire map of Westeros and along with Essos. And that was like the coolest dorm decoration I ever had for most of my college days. And it ended up falling and tearing in half. So I didn't keep it. But yeah, the Westeros map. I mean, Song of Ice and Fire is the first fantasy series. I would say like adulthood and on that I
I don't
really.
even remember if Middle Earth has a map, but I really like the Middle Earth map. I don't
Oh
remember if it
yeah,
has it in the
yeah.
books, but I had a friend who had a
I don't,
big
yeah.
poster. He lived down the
Hmm.
street from me. Had a big poster of Middle Earth. Loved it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Song of Ice and Fire. I was in ninth grade history class, and I talked about Lord of the Rings all the time. That's one of my favorite series. It was in ninth grade is when I started doing my yearly rewatches, just extended cuts, binge all of them in a day, and I've been doing that ever since then. Every year, around New Year's, I've been doing it,
Oh, that's
and
insane.
yeah, I love those movies, and
No, they're
it
great
never gets
films.
old. Oh yeah, and I love watching the behind the scenes too. If anyone hasn't seen those, you need to watch those. It's like 20 hours of special features and interviews and just footage
Anecdotes.
like on set. Yeah, it's so cool. But yeah, so my ninth grade history teacher, she was like, "Hey, if you like Lord of the Rings, you should read Song of Ice and Fire." The fifth book just came out. Season one of Game of Thrones just came out. This was 2011, and I started reading it in October because that was when my birthday is. So I got the first three books for my birthday, and I binged through them and changed my life forever. Because from there, I've just sort of always read fantasy, and I've always also read a lot of sci-fi, like The Expanse and Dune. Dune's a huge series to me. I love those books.
Yeah, I read the first one a few years ago.
Hmm.
That was during COVID time. That was not a fun time in my life, but I
Yeah.
did read Dune.
Yeah, that was when I read it for the first time. Was June of 2020,
Hmm.
and I didn't really get it at that time. I loved the second half of the book. The first half I just did not connect to at all. I think it was just so many characters and so many details. I was just overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until part one movie by Denis Villeneuve
Mm-hmm.
that I sort of connected with it for the first time. And I really, really loved it. And I reread it after watching part one because part two wasn't out yet, I guess 2 or 3 years ago. And then, rest is history. I ended up binging the rest, not really binging it, but every other month I would read a book in the Dune series. I finished up Chapter House, I want to say 2 months ago, and I put out a review for that, and it was okay. I think the last two books are fine. I think he kind of retreads a lot of the same sort of plot lines and brings back a lot of characters that I felt had really fantastic conclusions in book four, which is God Emperor of Dune, which is a very divisive book. But I love that book. It's my favorite book aside from book one. It's very weird, very philosophical, very political as well. It's very small in scope. Most of that book is within 3 rooms or so, like a throne room, and then you have like a secret room, and then the bedrooms of the various characters from the meeting secretly and stuff like that. But that book is fantastic. So if you ever go that far, I'd love to hear what you think of those.
Yeah, I had a hard time with Dune. I had a hard time
Yeah,
connecting to it.
it's very dry and like cold
No pun
writing.
intended.
Yeah.
Because it is very dry in more ways than one.
Hmm. Oh yeah, it took me about 3 reads of book one for me to finally like have it at the 9.5 out of 10 rating for me. The first time I read it, I was like, yeah, it's fine, 6.5, whatever. And then the second time, I was like, yeah, I'm really liking it. It's 8 out of 10. And then I read it on audiobook. It was free, I think, on Audible. So
Mm.
I downloaded it and just listened through it in like 2 or 3 days. And that was such a great way to experience that book.
Yeah, maybe I need to do that because I've been doing more audiobooks recently. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've been doing more audiobooks recently. Of course, I start kind of dipping my toe more into Audible, and then there's this Audible
Hmm.
controversy going on, which
Yeah.
why? But
Yeah.
why universe? But
Hmm.
yeah, it's it turns out I actually kind of like immersion reading. I think it
Oh yeah.
makes me focus a lot more. 'Cause sometimes I struggle with focusing when I read.
Hmm.
So
That that's one thing I'm realizing because I've just started my reread of Gardens of the Moon, book one of Malazan, like
mm,
2 or 3 days ago, and I just finished part one, which is about 160 pages in the
mhm.
paperback. And the first time through, I loved it, and I still love it on this read. But I'm getting so much more now because I know all the characters, I know everything, I know most of the terms, And so I really want to get the audio books of those books, but I've heard the audio performance isn't as good, or the recording isn't as good because you can hear people coughing and rustling the paper when they're reading it or whatever. But I realized, like, when I was reading, or when I was preparing for this talk today, I was reading Gardens of the Moon. I couldn't really focus because I was just, excited. And then I really enjoyed sort of just going slow through the Malazan books. They're not books I think people should rush through because there's so many things to draw out from that story. And the characters are just fantastic. I just really love it.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I read Gardens of the Moon last month, I think. Or I finished it last month. I started it like I actually finished it this month. I started it last month, and it took a minute for me to read it, and because I mean, it's not that long. I heard some of the other ones get like, oh god, like 1,000 pages.
The last book is 1,200, I think.
Oh my god,
it's ridiculous.
Oh man,
every page is 10 out of 10 though. That's one of my favorite books ever. Like, it builds and builds and builds.
Yeah, I mean, I know you saw me kind of going on Instagram being like, what's going on here? I'm so frustrated with this.
It's hard. It's hard. So I commend you for trying. Because that first read, there's just so much going on. So I think book 2 is a lot easier, like as a first time read compared to book 1. Book 2 is what made me commit to the rest of the series. Because book 1, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. I love it. 9 out of 10. But like, I had no idea what was going on, and I was having a lot of issues with like remembering who was who, like how are they related. And the fun, I should say, thing about Malazan is that almost every character has multiple names, and you don't really understand like what each name represents or when they use it. So for a long time, you're like, oh, this guy's Crocus, or Fiddler, or Krupp or whatever. And then you'll get a totally different name that they just are starting to be called by. And you sort of have to immediately pick up on that because Steven's not going to kind of reiterate that.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Krupp was one of the few reasons I actually finished Gardens of the Moon because there were a couple times.
Good. I love Krupp. Yeah, he's amazing.
There was a couple times I was really considering chucking the book across the room and just being like, fuck this. I'm done. I don't get it, But
yeah.
for some reason, I soldiered through. I don't even know why. I'll blame it on Krupp. I'm just like, I got to see what happens as a Krupp guy.
You're gonna love it in book 3. I'll just say that because book 2 is a totally different continent, totally different cast of characters and all that. They're fantastic. I love book 2. So I encourage you to.
I had a couple friends tell me that, and I was like, damn, really? Come on, he was one of the better parts. That is Paran in it, and they're like, no. I'm like, God,
no, but there's like one mention of a character in book 1.
It's like they were the only characters I was like, okay, yeah. Though I mean, there was some like Whiskey Jack I thought was fun, but
Oh, I love Whiskey Jack. Oh my god, yeah. Book 3 is like finishing the second half of the story that book 1 starts, and then book 5 is a whole nother continent with a whole nother cast, which is really frustrating for a lot of readers. But book 5, I think, was my favorite book out of the first 5 books.
Yeah, I'll admit the magic puppet. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. So.
Hairlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to the part where I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it's within the first 100 pages when the Hounds of Shadow are tracking him down. It's so much fun. I love like everything, and Gardens of the Moon is one of my favorite books. Like, I think in fantasy, that's why Malazan's my favorite series. I haven't done a top 10 series video like ever in the 4 years I've been doing YouTube because it always changes, and I haven't read enough series. But within the last 3 months, I've been really wanting to do that, and I think Malazan's going to be my number 1. It's a really hard toss-up between that and Book the New Sun, though. Both of those series are just 9.5 out of 10s for me.
Jeez.
Near perfect.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I was trying to search your channel, and I'm like, it's proving hard to find at the moment. But anyway, yeah, I've tried Gene Wolfe. twice. I read a book called The Land Across several years ago when I was in high school. Was like, what the hell even is this? This sucks. And then I read The Wizard last night, or not last night.
Yeah, I have that on my
year.
TBI. Yeah.
Which I was like, okay, yeah, it was fine. Still kind of like, I kind of bounced off of that one as well. So I don't know with me and Gene Wolfe. We're not melding.
If you ever want a buddy read it, I'm happy to. That's one of the best rereadable series, and I haven't done a reread yet. So if that's on your radar, let me know. I would love to.
Yeah, I haven't done a Book New Sun yet. I know a lot of people really like that series.
It gets better every book. Like, and book 1 is like 9.5 out of 10 in my opinion. It's very confusing. Like, Malazan feels like kindergarten compared to the complexity that is Book the New Sun. And that's why it makes it so rewarding as a reread. Because I read the first 2 books last year for the first time, and I took like a 6-month break. I was about to start book 3, but then I remembered I had zero memory of what happened in book 2. So I was like, dang it. And I reread book 1, still loved it. Picked up on a lot more just off of what I remembered from book 2. And then book 2 was a totally different experience on my second read. And I think that's my favorite book out of the 4. But I think it does get better with every book because you sort of understand more and more. And book 3 is just phenomenal. Like, I can go all day on Book the New Sun. But there's a lot of people, actually, and something I want to address, and I addressed it in my review, too, is that book 5, After the New Sun, a lot of people say, you don't need to read that. But it ties off all of the story hooks from Book the New Sun and gives a satisfactory ending to the main character of Severian. So for anyone who's debating on reading Earth the New Sun, I say go for it. Read it as soon as possible. It is a fantastic book. I gave it a 9.7 out of 10. There was a few things I didn't like, but overall, that's one of the best endings to a series I've ever read. And I want more people to read it because I want more people to sort of talk to about it and also appreciate sort of the vision that Gene Wolfe had. Because I don't know how someone can come up with Book of the New Sun. There's just so many elements and characters and ideas and allusions to our own world, because it's not a big spoiler, but it's supposed to be like millions of years in the future of our Earth as the sun is dying, and there's this idea that a new sun is coming, and it's just fascinating. That man is a genius, Gene Wolfe. So yeah, he's awesome.
I've heard a lot of people compare this to Gene Wolfe. I don't know if I don't know how true it is, because again, haven't read Book of the New Sun. I think it's a bit more visceral than anything I've read from Gene Wolfe. You might like the Dark Star trilogy from Marlon James. Kind of very similarly plays with an unreliable narrator.
Yeah, I've heard of Marlon James, but I haven't heard of that series.
Yeah, it's you may have heard me talk about Black Leopard Red Wolf a lot on my channel. That's the first book of that trilogy. Third one hasn't come out yet. I mean, it's kind of weird because the 3 books, the pitch of the series is it's the same story. It's told by 3 people who were involved in it, basically. So the first one follows a guy called Tracker who has a really good nose, hence the name. Don't do a drinking game for how many times they say he has a nose. You will die. The second one is called Moonwitch Spider King and deals with a bigger player. Her name is Sogalon. And we end up learning the backstory of the story that Tracker was involved in. Because Tracker is he was a very minor player in the whole thing. It's really fat. And the third one, I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know who the narrator's going to be. I mean, I've had theories, but I don't know. So we'll see.
Cool. Yeah, I'm familiar with that first book. I know that name, and I've seen it in Barnes & Noble. But I haven't picked it up, and now that I know it's somewhat similar to Book of the New Sun, it's shot up my TBR, so because I need more Book of the New Sun. I guess coded.
I will warn you though, it is visceral, and also get the audio.
I'm okay with that.
And also,
as you can see, I'm a big cult movie fan. So
yeah, I see you have you know what? I see you got the Hannibal Holocaust back there. So you know what?
yeah,
I think you'll be fine.
yeah, that right there should tell you how I guess okay I am with a lot of subject matter. So there is some stuff that I don't like in media, but for the most part, like blood and violence, I'm not phased by it too much.
Yeah,
I grew up on Cannibal Corpse, so.
Jeez, what were your parents? What were your parents doing? Were they letting you watch?
I had unrestricted internet access, so it was bad. But I learned I was heavy into cult films like in middle school, and that's where I did a lot of my watching. Cannibal Holocaust was actually one of the first movies I ever pirated back in high school, and it was harrowing to watch that as a high schooler. But I didn't rewatch it again till like the last 5 years, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should not have watched that. But I think overall I came out okay. So
yeah, it's always that's the thing. You know, I watched The Thing when I was like 10, so you know.
that movie's just awesome. Period. Like I'd show my
It's
10-year-old
just
that.
you know that still freaks me out even now. I was like, oh my god, when I was 10, that terrified me.
Yeah, John Carpenter is one of my favorite directors, and that's one of my favorite movies by him. Along with like Prince of Darkness is fantastic.
I still need to see that.
Oh, so good. The Fog is amazing. It's an amazing summer movie because the entire sort of, I guess, framing of the story is that it's a like grandfather around a campfire with his grandchildren and like other kids. He's telling a campfire story. And it's like the coolest. It's not my favorite John Carpenter. It's sort of in the middle of my ranking of his movies, but it's a great movie.
Yeah, I still need to see those. I need to catch up on John Carpenter. I've seen like Escape from New York and
Yeah.
They Live.
They Live's amazing.
I was about to say I really love They Live personally. The Thing, you know, Halloween.
Halloween's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually a bigger fan of the third one than the first one. First one's a certified classic. I get it, but Halloween 3: Season of the Witch is one of the best like Halloween movies of all time. Not just in John Carpenter's Halloween, but the season of Halloween is just I rewatch it every year, and the new 4K restoration just makes the colors pop so well. It's amazing. So
Yeah, it's yeah, no, they're good movies. I enjoy them. Well, I mean the John Carpenter movies, not
yeah.
A lot of the Halloween movies are just kind of.
Yeah, I don't go past the third one. So
I don't blame
the
you.
second one I have nostalgia for. It's fun.
Every time in Halloween or when Halloween would come by, I'd have friends come over and we would sometimes, you know, because AMC would run the horror movies throughout the month.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes we will watch them and we would just sometimes just shake our head that Michael is just moving so slowly and these people are just fumbling around, you know, tripping.
They
get
keep
they're
falling.
like they're like scared, but like I'm like, damn, dude, like he's not even moving that fast.
It's funny in the later movies. I've heard he's more of a specter, and he just sort of like teleports places, and he's just. Or maybe I'm confusing it with Friday the 13th because I know because I have all those movies and I've ranked them on my channel already. But the after I think part 5, Jason is just like teleporting everywhere, unkillable. He's no longer like a grown-up teenager who was bullied at summer camp. Now he's just a full-on zombie. And part 6 is the best one for anyone wondering.
That's kind of my issue with like slasher movies is that like they just get more ridiculous as time moves along.
There's not many amazing ones. There's a lot of them because that was sort of the zeitgeist in the 80s.
Also, from all accounts, they're not that hard to make. So
they're not. They're always filmed in like a national park, like over a weekend or two, or someone gets permission, like for the movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was filmed and made at the same time as Friday the 13th, because both of those crews like worked together and knew of that they were shooting basically the same movie. Mad Men is the name of the movie, and it's about like a forest guy he's like a lumberjack, really big, really long beard, and he starts murdering summer campers and stuff
He just
with a
gets
big
bored and
hatchet.
he just gets bored
Yeah,
and just starts murdering.
yeah. And
Sounds
it's
so
basically
weird.
the same movie,
He's just like,
but it's like
tired of chopping trees. Let's
yeah,
chop up
like
some people.
yeah, it's a fantastic movie, but like all those movies, like it's either at a national park or like someone gave them permission to film at a historical site so they can drive up tourism, which is that case of that movie of Mad Men. So
Yeah, I remember.
they shot at a really nice like hotel, like southern sort of like residence.
Yeah, I remember this one movie. I don't remember if it's like a slasher, but like the big twist was this: like they thought it was a girl, but it was a boy the whole time.
Sleepaway Camp. That's one of the best movies.
I forgot the name. That's probably what it is. But I'm just like that's the twist.
Yeah, that's a
kind of
class.
weird.
Yeah, that's one of the most iconic endings. That's another amazing.
He's like he has a
slasher.
penis. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's like, what?
those are great. Because most of my life has been movies, and it's only been recently I've been doing a lot of book reviews. And one of my favorite things is the company Scream Factory, who does a lot of like 4K and Blu-ray restorations. They did the Halloween series, and it's fantastic. The 4Ks for that. But they did a really nice like 30-year anniversary documentary with the crew and the director and the cast members of Sleepaway Camp, and it completely reshapes how you think of that movie. It's really fascinating. So for anyone who's interested, like there's a lot of just amazing boutique Blu-ray companies out there. Vinegar Syndrome's amazing. Criterion is probably the most well-known one. They do a lot of like art house movies, the classics. Yeah, I did almost exclusively movie videos for like 2 or 3 years straight on my channel.
I see you've done a couple of things. Just recently, you just did a video of you playing bass guitar to Kendrick Lamar, which nice.
Yeah, I've been like for years. I've been wanting to do bass videos because I've been playing it for about a decade. And I fell away for like 8 years or something. So I learned about 40 Rammstein songs on bass, and I was having so much fun with it. But I burned myself out, and then I went to college, and I didn't want to bring my bass and annoy everybody at the dorms. So I took a long break, and it's been within the last like 6 months or so that I've been relearning a lot of these songs, practicing. And I want to keep it fun, so I've been learning all these sort of like different songs that don't usually have bass tracks. I think it's Humble that doesn't even have a bass track. King Kunta does, and it's a really fun bass line to play. And I learned that in like a week or so. So I'm not the best while playing it in the video, but it was so much fun. But Humble just sounds really cool, like with the bass track that I learned from YouTube. So
yeah, no, I like Kendrick Lamar quite a bit.
Oh yeah, the newest album is fantastic.
Yeah, the new album was good. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a chance. Well, I had the opportunity to go to his concert in Atlanta because the same week was also Jordan Con, which is the big Wheel of Time convention, and I really wanted to do both of them, but I couldn't make it happen. But that was something I really wanted to do.
You know what's funny about that? Kind of bringing it full circle to this Gene Wolfe conversation we were having earlier. I was on a chat a few years ago with my friends Jordan from iWizard and Kyle, and we were talking about Kendrick Lamar. And I was trying to sell Jordan on Kendrick Lamar because he's not really a rap fan. He's kind of like he's very much like a grumpy old man in a 30-something-year-old man's body.
Yeah,
and then Kyle just went, look, think of Kendrick Lamar as the Gene Wolfe of rap. I'm like,
yeah, his lyrics are awesome. Yeah,
that's great. Why didn't I think of
that? Yeah, he's a really great lyricist. Like, because there's times where I would just put it on like while I'm driving, but there's been a few times where like I'm at the pool or something, and I just have my phone like by my head playing his music. And I'll focus on the lyrics. I'm like, man, like this is so like much better than I thought it was upon first listen. Because I'm not a rap guy. I mean, I listen to a lot of Tribe Called Quest, which is they went on hiatus for like 20 years or something for a while, and I also really like Tech Nine. But I've never really like focused on a rapper like I have Kendrick Lamar. So I just really love his instrumentation, his lyrics, his rhythm. I really love his beats as well. Like Mustard, DJ Mustard, he's amazing on the new album. Like,
Mustard.
yeah, just really great beats that like
Or
really
maybe it
get
was
in your
last year,
head.
actually. It wasn't a few years ago. It was last year. We were talking about it, and he said it was a Gene Wolfe of rap. I'm like, this is great. I gotta
I'm
hold on to
stealing
that.
that.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah, no, I like GNX. It was interesting because it's kind of it's like a relaxed album for
Yeah.
Kendrick. He's not like there's no big message he's trying to get across. He's just kind of like, here's some cool songs I came up with. Go nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go nuts,
But his beef with Drake was fucking legendary.
Oh my
Like, I
god,
love that.
That was an exciting time to be a rap fan. I saw history being
That was
made.
when I got into him because I was like, I loved the Damn album when it came out because I think that came out 2016. I was second year of college. So, like, my roommate loved Kendrick Lamar and just always had him on loop. So that's how I learned a lot of his music was through my roommate. And the Damn album is what got me, like, to be a fan, so on and so forth. But it wasn't until GNX came out and I started hearing the music more that I was like, man, I should really focus back in on Kendrick. Like, he's awesome. And now finding a lot of people making bass covers on YouTube, because that's one thing I've never really thought about was doing bass, new bass lines to songs I don't already have one. So Humble kind of has a bass line, but it's not a bass guitar that he's using. So that was really fun to sort of experiment and get like a whole new sort of layer to his music. And I think I played it well enough, but yeah, it's just so fun. I keep going back to that, but yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh man, you missed like the peak Kendrick Lamar, like Good Kid, Mad City, and like
I know a
To
few
Pimp a
songs
Butterfly, like those are like the peak Kendrick albums,
Yeah, I want to do like a stream one day where I just react to those albums, but I don't want to set up Twitch, and I know YouTube will immediately flag me and delete my account if I do anything like that.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. It's not easy. I'll say that.
Yeah, because I've been doing this because the first YouTube channel I made was back in like 2017 or so when I was in college, and it was so like free to just like do whatever you wanted. You could put up full like albums and no one would care, and it was just like nowadays it's really hard to do to do anything. And there's a lot of video ideas that I have that I just won't do because I don't want to risk getting my channel taken down. Because if it gets taken down, I'm not making this again. It's a lot of work, and I think Instagram's just much easier for that. They don't, mess with it as much. Because I do a lot of shorter form stuff. I love doing discussions. That's where my heart lies. Because I love meeting and talking with people. So it's sort of what I love to do. And book reviews, I feel like don't get as much views anymore, at least in terms of my channel, because there's just so many amazing booktubers out there that it's just really hard to find time. And even me, like I have 10 or 15 different booktubers that I follow. And there'll be months where I'm like,
also,
oh man, I haven't.
You also cover like movies and manga.
Yeah, I cover so much.
You even have music covers.
Yeah, because One Piece was something I wasn't even planning on covering. I just was going to watch it because I got laid off from my job way back in February. And I was like, fuck it. I have all this time now. Like, I'm just going to watch One Piece. So I was going slowly through it. Like, through the last, 3 years, I would just restart it, watch, 2 or 3 arcs and be like, oh, I'm loving it, but it's not, sticking with me. And finally, I was like, you know what? I need to do a YouTube series that's going to keep me motivated. And by the time I got to... what arc was it? Drum Island, when Chopper is introduced. Like I was watching 5 to 10 episodes a day and using One Piece. I do not watch the anime that has the filler. I do. There's thousands of hours already of
I
just the manga. So
yeah, I read actually I haven't read. I watched the live action One Piece adaptation.
I love that. Yeah.
Because I had a friend of mine who talked me into it because I was kind of like, yeah, One Piece looks kind of silly. I'm not really like I'm very picky with anime. Like my favorite anime is Cowboy Bebop. So
Good choice.
which is a relatively ground. I mean, it has some wacky anime shenanigans from time to time, but it's very grounded for the most part. Like One Piece is not for.
It's very silly. It took me a while to get it. Cause I'm not
okay. It's live action. Yeah. Maybe I'll have a good time with it. And then I watched it, and it was like 8 episodes, and it was pretty well paced for the most part. So I was like, okay, they got it. This is good. I see why people like this. Yeah, the characters are likable, and yeah, there's some solid emotional moments too. Damn, And then my friend got really excited. He's like, "Oh, do you want to read the manga?" And I'm like, I don't know.
There's a lot of manga. Like I've only just started reading the manga because the anime's not caught up. So I've sort of been forced to do the manga, and I'm enjoying it for the most part. But I really miss the animation, and especially with Egghead, which is the current arc that I'm on. I'm about halfway done, for anyone wondering. And the animation is just the best that I've ever seen in anime. And I'm not an anime watcher. I binge read Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z way back in like 2013, way back when Manga Panda was the thing. If anyone remembers that,
I don't think I even know what that is.
Yeah, that was a really old site that had like every anime, or manga. I mean, sorry. And I read through those. I read through most of Naruto, but I got to I think the 95 or 90% point, and all it was just flashbacks upon flashbacks upon flashbacks. And it was like Inception, where you would go like into levels of flashbacks.
No, man.
And we were in like level 4 of flashbacks, and I had no idea what was going on. So I was like, I'm done. Like I know he's gonna become the Hokage, like whatever. He's been saying that since episode 1 of the original series.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates. He's just like, oh god,
yeah, like
this guy's annoying. And you're like, you know what? He's all right. I can deal with.
Yeah, I like Luffy's. I think my favorite like anime manga protagonist. Guts is up there as well. I've been covering.
Oh yeah, I actually binged Berserk a few years ago, and I had to stop after the Lost Children arc. So I was like, oh my god, that was.
I haven't gone there yet.
Oh, you thought the Eclipse? I don't know if you've gotten to the Eclipse yet, but if you thought the Eclipse,
I'm
was
on volume 22. Yeah,
I was like, oh, if you think the Eclipse is fucked up, man, like, oh man, Lost Children. No.
Yeah, like, Conviction arc. I
think I actually started the one with the priests, but I haven't.
Yeah, Conviction.
Yeah, the Conviction arc. I just.
Okay, so I think I have read Lost Children then.
Oh, I don't know how you'd be able to forget it once you read it.
There's a lot in the series that like. All of it.
I'm cringing now just thinking about it. It's.
Are you talking about the elves?
Yeah.
Like the backstory of that one elf. Yeah, that's really rough, and the parents. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I don't recommend that series to anybody. I think it's a series that you have to like make a decision. Like I'm gonna read Berserk because it's very deep. Like my first experience through it was the '90s anime because I don't know what company it is, but they re-released all of the episodes. Not in 4K, but it's like 4K quality. So it's like 4K, a 4K scan is what they call it. So they re-released it with updated subtitles and the original voice actors. So it's really fantastic now. But I read through it and it ends in the middle of the eclipse. Like it doesn't even show like all of the eclipse. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I immediately started reading it. And the first 3 volumes is actually after the eclipse. So I was like, where are we? Like, this is all new. I have no idea what's going on. And then you have like 13 volumes of just Golden Age. And that's one of the best like storylines of fiction, I think, that I've ever read. Like, sort of the contrast between Guts and Griffith is so fascinating. And Griffith is just one of the most interesting characters that you can see ever.
It's pretty bad. He's pretty
Oh
bad.
yeah, he's definitely. I don't want to go into spoilers, but he's definitely the most interesting villain that I think I've ever read. And you understand him, you understand where he's coming from, but the lengths he goes to, I don't understand that. But I mean, you also have the God Hand who are just manipulating the hell out of him during his lowest points in his journey. So I think the God Hand is the coolest villain group ever. It's very Cenobite looking. Void is the big brain guy. Like he is the coolest, like designed God Hand ever. There was actually a 2013 movie trilogy that was made that covers only the Golden Age arc, and it has really great animation after around the first quarter or so. The first quarter has really janky and like stuttery movements. I don't know why it has that way, but the rest of the arc is fantastic. And the way that they do the eclipse, they go all the way to the end of it, and to when Guts and Casca leave.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's some stuff in Berserk that I have no idea if they'd be able to adapt, because, like, oh my god.
I'm shocked they don't have more adaptations, because it's amazing. Like, they could make so much money off the merch alone. And there is a lot of good merch, like the company Good Smile. They do a lot of those figures that are like $400 and stuff like that. Those desk figures, like in One Piece, they do it. One Piece figures too. The Berserk ones look awesome, but like I'm so shocked that there's not more adaptations of even beyond Golden Age. There has been 0 adaptations past Golden Age, and Conviction Arc is one of the coolest arcs ever. Like there's some really nasty moments. Like there's a horse character.
Oh yeah, I got that part. Yeah,
that's really bad.
Oh god, that's
The final 3 volumes is like Mozgus.
I forgot all about that.
You're welcome. But yeah, like Conviction Arc, like after the elf stuff and everything in the middle portion is like 10 out of 10. I just love Berserk, and I want to get like a Berserk tattoo one day. I have a Lord of the Rings one on my. I can't. Oh, there we go.
It's a sword.
Yeah, it's Aragorn's sword. It's not done exactly like the movie, but I also have a Studio Ghibli sleeve. I've shown it on my. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm trying to get it. There we go.
Oh yeah, I see
like that. So I would love to get a Berserk tattoo one day, but it costs a lot of money. So
this is true. I have a Batman tattoo on my leg, so there's
That's cool.
Yeah, fun story how I got that one. I was well, I knew there was this lady I was friends with when I was in college. Well, I'm still in college, but it was the previous college I was at before the one I'm at now. It was a community college, but anyway. So I knew her pretty well. We had the same science class. We became friends, and just kind of because her husband is a tattoo artist, so I just kind of one day just kind of threw out as like an aside. I was just like, oh, I'd like a Batman tattoo one day. That'd be pretty fun. So a few days go by, and then she brings his like business card, and she's like, oh, he'll do it for free for you. And I was like, oh, I cannot say no to this. Yeah. So I debated with myself on if to tell my parents. I decided to tell my mom, and because I'm like, I don't really want to go through the hassle of, Britton, what'd you get a tattoo? Yeah, no.
Yeah. I relate. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, my first tattoo was Wheel of Time. Actually, it's the logo. So I had a lot of fun doing that. And I also have a Cosmere one, which is funny to have now because I'm not the biggest Cosmere fan anymore. But up until Oathbringer, I'm a huge fan. So
yeah, I'm not I've not read any Brandon Sanderson, to be honest with you.
I don't want to like be too negative, but like I'm at the point now where I don't even know if I would recommend reading it. Like I love Hero of Ages, which is the final Mistborn book. I think that's one of his best books he's ever written, along with Words of Radiance, Way of Kings is just fantastic. 9.5, well, 9 out of 10, 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Oathbringer, I personally really loved because of the character of Dalinar, and that's his flashback book. And this just has one of the most explosively like awesome endings of any of the books that he's written. But like the way that Rhythm of War and Wind and Truth went, I don't recommend it anymore. Maybe you can look up, what happens after you read book 3, but I mean, there's so many authors out there to read, so it's really personal choice. So I don't want to discourage or encourage. Just that's how I feel.
Yeah. I'm mentioning that kind of on another thing. I saw you actually covered one of my more recent favorite fantasy novels, Perdido Street Station, on your channel.
Oh, I love that book.
I was curious what you thought of it, because like I didn't get a chance to watch your video about it, but I saw it on your YouTube channel. I gotta watch this.
Oh yeah, I love that book. Like I read it last year. I can't even remember. It's been such a long year, and I've read like 50 books already this year. But like Perdido Street Station, I think has the coolest world building I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the Lovecraftian elements as well. Like that spider that phases in and out of dimensions is just so fucking cool. Like I really want the I think it's Broken Binding did a really nice.
Yeah,
or maybe
I thought about picking.
Society.
I've not really been tempted to do any like Broken Binding, but I have thought about picking up the Bazlag books in Broken Binding, because I really enjoy that series a lot. Most underrated.
I've only read Perdido. Like, how are the sequels? Are they?
The thing is, like, they're not really sequel. I mean, Iron Council's kind of a sequel to Perdido, because like other characters from, I won't say who, but there are some other characters from book 1 who show up in book 3. The Scar is pretty standalone for the most part. Scar is great. I think it's I dare say it's just as good as Perdido at points.
Ooh.
I actually want to reread the Scar at some point and see if it'll kind of launch up to my 5-star, because it's one of those books like I liked it, but I was kind of like, it wasn't like Perdido, where it's just this raw, unhinged creativity, and in this cool city, even though it's kind of a shithole I would never want to live in, but it's also really cool.
The Robot Hive Mind group is so cool. Like I just love that in Perdido.
Yeah, and there's like so many weird, like there's like a AI in the trash,
Yeah, like it's so cool. Like, yeah. You also have all the different races in it too. You have like lizard people, cactus people.
Yeah, and they like, strike. And they strike from time to time.
Yeah, like it's just fun. Like
there's frog people.
Yeah, like the frog people are my favorite. I would love to be a frog person myself, but frogs are one of my favorite animals.
Well, if you like the cactus people, there are a good couple of them in the Scar. So,
ooh, yeah, okay, I'm convinced. I'll read it.
Iron Council I didn't love so much, but I do think there were still some great moments. But I don't want to scare anyone off from reading it. They'll probably like it a lot more than I did. But it was like, man, Perdido, great. Scar, really good. And then this, I was like,
Yeah.
Man.
I've actually lent Perdido to a few of my friends, like IOL, and I don't think any of them have finished it. It just gets too weird for them.
Yeah, I mean,
it is fine, but I get it. So
I know China Mieville has said that it is kind of a messy book, but I kind of like it because of its messiness in a weird way.
It's very unique. So, and that's what I look for in my reads nowadays, because like I've read Wheel of Time, I've read Song of Ice and Fire, I've read so many series at this point that I'm now dipping into the like obscure or really complex. So like Walls of Light and Shadow I'm reading right now, and I'm having such a struggle reading that series. Book 1's been my favorite, but I finished book 3 last week or week before, and I think I'm falling off. Like,
I think you would like the Scar, because the Scar is basically like Mieville's take on the fantasy quest.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite fantasy elements is like the Odyssey. Sort of
Yeah.
like when characters go on journeys. That's my favorite. I love seeing how they change as people and all that. So if it has any sort of that's sort of like my comfort zone when it comes to fantasy is when I think that's why Book the New Sun is one of my favorite because that's one of the most fascinating journeys I've ever seen a character go on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't read it yet, so also
You
Black Leopard
gotta.
Wolf, also Black or well, both of the Dark Star books are technically odysseys, but Black Leopard Red Wolf is more of like the adventure quest book. So
Ooh.
Moonwood Spider King is more like a traditional epic fantasy, for lack of a better word. You know,
Mm.
like there's
Mm-hmm.
there's politicking and there's kind of a chosen one, but it's kind of not. But you know, I don't want to get into it. It's kind of
Yeah.
a clusterfuck
Yeah.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, but going back to Perdido, yeah, I think it's a great book. I remember I read it, my brain just like cracked open. I was like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
holy,
Yeah.
oh.
The ending wasn't as climatic as I thought it could have been, but I was very happy by the ending and
I
sort
actually think
of
the
like where
ending's
we
one of the
left
best
things off.
parts of the book.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just because
interesting.
of like the questions it asks. You know, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what is this? You know.
Yeah. The is it the eagle guy who has
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah. There's bird
yeah.
people
Yeah,
in
those are fun. Yeah.
and they have like weird rules too. It's very interesting. It's
Mm-hmm.
very
Really
interesting.
weird marriage system as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I remember, it's been
Also,
like
there's
a
like bug
year. But
people, and our main character is like
yeah,
dating a bug lady. And you're like, okay. How
yeah,
does
the
this?
sex scene is really weird. That's when most of my friends drop off of
Yeah,
that
it's
book.
like
Is that sex scene?
I'm just kind of like, okay, one, how does this work?
Yeah, and he gives you all the details too. So I'm like, okay, I guess that works. Like I don't know, but
Yeah, he's like, yeah, yeah, get it.
yeah, because she has like big. She's like an ant person. Like
Uh
she
huh.
has mandibles and all that. Like it's really fascinating. Like her POVs are so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Like to get like I don't know. It's great. Like everyone should read that book. Is sort of my summary though.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great book. I really enjoy it a lot. Um, it's kind of it kind of reminds me of David Lynch a little bit.
My favorite director ever, I should say, David Lynch. I've been watching his movies since fifth grade with Elephant Man and like Lost Highway and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, I love David Lynch. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead. But
I've watched a couple of his movies, like Mulholland Drive. I've watched that. I own Blue Velvet. I haven't watched it yet. I want to at some point.
fantastic.
The Elephant Man is probably my favorite, which like I know this might be a normie pick, so I'm sorry, but it's an
It's top
amazing
three
movie.
for me. So
It's an amazing movie. Well, I mean,
mhm.
there's probably other like David Lynch fans like, oh, you like Elephant Man?
no,
Only
I
normies
think
like Elephant Man.
the people I know
Have you
who
watched
love
Eraserhead? And I'm like, yeah, I thought it was weird as hell.
it's. I've seen that
Was his first
movie.
movie? Like what?
That guy had like his death was like such a gut punch for me. Like I will never like it is such a shame that like I mean he was in his 70s whatever but like he was working on a whole new project. He was going to do more Twin Peaks like he had everything ready and he just died because of the wildfires. He got caught up in that he already had a lot of problems with his breathing and when the wildfires happened in California last year that kind of killed him basically. And I really love Twin Peaks as well. And Fire Walk with Me, I think, is one of the best movies made of all time. And that's a movie that people should watch
Hell,
after season
that's a
two.
lot of praise. That's about a good amount of praise for a tie-in movie.
It's awesome. I mean,
Isn't David Bowie in that movie?
he is, and he's awesome in it. And like, who else is in that? Chris Isaacs is in that movie, which is so random. Like, he was doing like sitcoms or something at that time, and he was just like he just showed up like as a detective. Like that Fire Walk with Me is like such a deeply emotional movie for me. Like, because I watched Twin Peaks like 2 or 3 times straight through before watching that movie. So all of the characters I have fallen in love with, even the bad guys and the villains, like everyone is just so well realized. And Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, the original, not draft of the movie, but the original cut of the movie, if you include what they call now the missing pieces, is 4.5 hours long, maybe 5 hours long.
Damn.
And he had to edit it down to about 2.5 hours. And it, I can't get enough of that movie. And they released the missing pieces and the Blu-ray of the Criterion collection for the first time in many, many years. It was always like a rumor that there was many scenes, and David Lynch has talked about it. So that's why there were rumors. Is that before the internet, people were like, oh, like did he have like many more scenes, for this movie? And he talked about it, and we never knew if it was going to come out. And 2016 or so, when Fire Walk with Me came out on Criterion, was the first time in a very long time where you had that in really high quality scans and all of that, because David Lynch gave them basically everything, gave them a lot of behind the scenes, like great, that Criterion is like a film school, basically. You don't need to go film school. Just watch Criterion movies, go through the special features. But Fire Walk with Me, I would love to see the 4.5 hour cut. I still haven't watched the missing pieces. So I always want there to be something that I haven't seen by David Lynch. And because I don't know if I am emotionally ready to finish all his stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen The Straight Story, which is a Disney movie he did,
Oh
which is
yeah.
so weird to me, like that he got hired to do that. It's about an old man like on a lawnmower. That's all I know. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I will ever see it, but I really want to see it though, like as a fan of him.
Yeah,
But I don't know if I
I'm
watch
kind
the
of,
missing
I kind of want to
pieces.
see Blue Velvet. To be honest with you, I have it. I
Oh,
own
that's a
it.
fantastic movie. Laura Dern's like first movie she did. Kyle MacLachlan is fantastic in it. Dennis Hopper's in it. He's a great villain in that movie.
Yeah, it was kind of,
Brad Dourif is in it.
it's
He's
kind
great.
of funny seeing. I don't know if you watched the Fallout show, but Kyle
Oh yeah, it's
MacLachlan's
great.
in it,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, I haven't watched
Yeah.
Twin Peaks, but I know you,
hmm
so yeah.
Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan, his first acting gig was actually Dune with David
Oh yeah,
Lynch.
he made the first Dune adaptation, didn't he? I forgot about that.
I will say, like, it's
Uh,
a fantastic adaptation
that's so
if you
funny.
are a fan of David Lynch. If you're not a fan of David Lynch, you're gonna hate the movie, and a lot of people acceptably do hate the movie. It's a really dry movie, just like the book. But Frank Herbert, I read.
I'm surprised he didn't bring like his signature weirdness to it. There's not like any
He
dwarf.
tried.
There's not even
He
like there's not
tried.
any
Yeah.
like dwarves running around, dancing and
hmm
talking backwards.
I would love to see Alejandro Jodorowsky's Dune.
Have you seen the
That was gonna get me.
documentary, Jodorowsky's
I
Dune?
have.
Oh,
I
that's
have
such a good movie. That's such a
it
good
because
documentary.
because Jodorowsky is one of my favorite directors. I love The Holy Mountain. I love El Topo. Santa Sangre is fantastic as well. I have
I've
the
only seen El
4K of that.
Topo. I remember really digging it. It's
Yeah,
really freaking weird. It's like
Holy
what?
Mountain. Like I had to pause the movie because I was in college. I had like no money at the time. I had to pause it and go to the grocery store to buy popcorn because I was so struck by the imagery in that movie. And it's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, but it's one of the best movies as well. And I would, because that movie is very reminiscent of Dune as well, with the sort of pilgrimage that the character takes. And
Yeah,
El Topo is very similar too.
yeah, he did a comic called The Inkle with
hmm
Moebius, which is
Ooh.
he apparently used a lot of ideas he wanted to do for Dune for his Dune adaptation,
hmm
and he just put it into that book.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, because originally David Lynch, like, this is why he fell out of Hollywood because of the Dune movie, was because he didn't have final cut privileges for Dune. So he
hmm
finished the movie and gave it to them. Was like, here's the best thing that I have, and they basically just took out everything. David Lynch, amazing, ness, all his weird stuff, and then they like put in a bunch of BS stuff. I don't know. It's just the movie suffers a lot because they have voiceover narration that points out very obvious things. Like there's a scene where
Atreides. He's
yeah,
he's Duke Leto's sons. Okay.
oh look at my son. Like every Jessica voiceover is so annoying to me because she's like, that is my son.
It's like that first Blade Runner cut, you know? It's like, oh my god.
I haven't seen Blade Runner actually. I've tried it 3 or 4 times throughout my life and I just can't get into it. And I think it's because I keep trying to watch the theatrical cut, and I need to watch the final cut.
Do not watch the theatrical cut. Don't watch
It's awful.
That. It's god awful. Don't.
It's awful. That's why I haven't delved into it. But I need.
There's one person I met who actually likes it. My friend Alan really likes the theatrical cut because he actually saw it in theaters. He's that old.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense.
And I'm just like, are you serious? He literally sounds annoyed to be there. Like, what do you mean? He's like, it sounds kind of world weary to me. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I wish. And I think in the 4K that I have, because I have a poster right here, which came with a really nice edition that I have. It's like a thick edition.
Thick boy.
But it comes with like 3 cuts of the movie. I think it does come with his cut. There's an Alan Smithy cut, which I think is his cut. And then there's like a director's cut, which isn't actually the director's cut, but like the studio went back and put in some of his stuff back in, like as a, I guess, compromise. But I mean, he said, his name is not attached to the movie. The director is Alan Smithy. Which, do you know anything about that? Like,
yeah,
the name
it's like,
of Alan Smithy?
Isn't that like a code name for like directors who like, I don't want any part of this?
Yep,
there
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a fun movie. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, I've been thinking about dipping into Criterion a little more. Like, they just recently put out No Country for Old Men. And I'm like, oh my god, I gotta pick that up.
Yeah, I haven't bought anything movie related in over a year because I've just been trying to save money and then I lost my job. So it's been really rough because like movies is sort of my special interest. And I really love like going into the behind the scenes. I've always described movies as like a giant jigsaw puzzle that expands and expands. And every puzzle piece within that jigsaw puzzle is like a movie. And you have the different sections of the puzzle. That's like the genre. But then you have like an even smaller bubble as, the director. And some of the puzzle pieces will like go towards a different section. Like with David Lynch, for example, you'll have like his weird movies, which is most of his movies. But then you have movies like The Straight Story or Dune, sort of that creep into other genres and stuff like that.
Or Elephant Man.
Yeah, Elephant Man. Like, I mean,
I don't know. It's so
but
sad.
Like,
and Anthony Hopkins and John Hurt they're just beautiful in that movie.
They are just chewing the scenery in that movie.
They're so
good.
Just
amazing.
You feel bad for John Hurt. You're like, man, have a hug, bro.
There's a hilarious Criterion Closet video with Ben Affleck where he holds up the Elephant Man and he's like, this is the one and only time I ever saw my father cry was watching this movie. And that's very true. That movie, I think if you don't cry from that movie, there's like maybe something wrong with you because that movie is very, very emotional. It makes me cry every single time. Like, it's such a great
I'll admit,
movie.
I've grown kind of jaded with movies as of late. It's just like, God, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really put out anything that's interested me.
Because my final point about Dune is that Frank Herbert was a huge fan of David Lynch's Dune. So
really, that's interesting.
Yeah, he said this was the best. Like, he was like, this is very close to the book. So he was very happy with the movie.
I wonder what I wonder what he would have thought of Jodorowsky's Dune.
Oh, like as a cult fan, I would have loved to see that movie, but
people would have 10 hours. I don't think he would have been able to make that movie, even if he could pull it off.
I mean, they basically took all of his imagery that the one artist did for the Alien movies. They basically just took all of that imagery and just put it into Alien. All of the xenomorphs, all of that was going to be the Harkonnen planet. And I love looking at those concept designs that he drew for X and all of those planets. Like, is so fascinating. It kills me that that movie was never made, but maybe one day. But he's in his 90s now, like almost 100 years old, so I don't think he's gonna do it. But I would love to, like, if Wheel of Time is real, I'd love to go into a portal stone and go to an alternate universe where that movie exists and watch it, because I've seen 10-plus-hour movies and it's fine. I think The Human Condition's one of the greatest movies ever made by Masaki Kobayashi, which is a 1960s
Isn't that
World
the
War
guy who
II
made
movie.
Harakiri? That's another movie I've wanted to watch for a long time.
Same main star. What's his name?
Speaking of Japanese movies, a movie that'll, if you don't at least feel emotional in your chest, I don't even know if you're human. Ikaru by
Kurosawa's one of the best directors.
That is one of the saddest freaking movies I've ever watched. Like,
it's also very inspiring.
At least that first half is like one of the saddest freaking movies I've ever watched. That guy who plays the main character, he is brutal. Like, he is amazing.
Takashi Shimoda, he's one of the best actors.
He was so good in that. And I will admit, I was a little jarred when it was like, he died. Okay, that's weird. And then
it comes very suddenly.
And then they tell what happened. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing now. But it was a little jarring. But aside from that, and the ending is just brilliant too, very emotional.
Him on the swing set.
Oh, it's
never
so good.
fails to make me cry. Yeah.
So good.
Because in the beginning of the movie, that entire area was just an industrial, dump. And he himself, when he got his cancer diagnosis, he was like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to, go out and make a positive change. Because he was just stamping stuff at his government office, did nothing with his life, nothing. And I don't think he got married. He didn't have kids.
No,
nothing.
He had a son. He did have a son.
Okay, yeah, because it's just such a great movie. I have so much adoration for Kurosawa and Takashi Shimoda and God, I can't remember all the names.
I did watch another movie. Some friends of mine who like Japanese movies were telling me about. It's called Sword of Doom. I thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
So it's basically this just massive jerk.
Has the same lead as the other two as well.
I think that
so all these people, they were in many movies.
I think that guy is still alive. Actually, I think he's still kicking.
Yeah, he's in he was 21 when he starred in Harakiri. That was one of his first movies he did.
Really?
They put him in They put him in 40-year-old makeup, so he looked 40s. But he was 21 when he made that movie. He's a fantastic. I can't. Suya, I think his first name.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
I can't remember.
No, I haven't seen. I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, Harakiri is one of those movies I wanted to see for a while.
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray, but it's been a few years. I would also recommend Quiet On, which is the same director as Human Condition.
I've wanted to see that. Japanese... It was on Max.
Yeah.
I want to see that damn movie, and I haven't seen it yet.
It's on Criterion.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still on Max, but it was on Max. I was like, I want to see this damn movie.
Quiet On's fantastic.
It's like, God, Fuck.
Yeah, Japanese movies is my.
I see you have some Japanese films, but is that The Grudge back there? The original Grudge, which is
yes. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's Ju-on, and I also have Ringu, that entire series on Blu-ray as well.
Yeah, they got some real freaks out there in Japan.
Yeah, because right here, this yellow banner is the Yokai trilogy, which is all about Japanese folk tales and supernatural sort of shenanigans, I guess is the best way to call it. Well, it's not. There's no mafia in it, but it's not Yakuza. But there are Yakuza characters who try and develop on ancestral lands, and all these Japanese monsters come out. There's the Kappa, which is the bog creature that if you poison the bog, you have 1,000 years of curse basically. And that's what happens a lot to the developers is that, they try to develop it and all these supernatural demons come out and they're like, stop it. You need to follow tradition and all this stuff. But Japanese movies are my absolute favorite. Trying to see what else posters I have. No more Japanese ones, but yeah, I used to, because I've taken a few hiatuses throughout my YouTube career. And one of them was because I did about 15 episodes, 1 hour each. I did 31 days of Japanese cinema. And I went year by year from 1950, and the plan was to go all the way to 2010 and review full spoilers about why these movies are, some of the best movies, or, what makes them, why did I review them, whatever. But I got about halfway through it, and I was only getting 5 views or so per video, and I was getting so mad about it because I was putting a lot of love and effort into it. And I want to go back and finish that because I got most of it done. And if you go back now, you'll see that all of them have hundreds of views. So I should have just waited.
It's weird how that works. It's weird how that works. No, it's...
So and they're long videos too. Where I went through all the special features, I went through interviews, I did a ton of research, and I burned myself out doing movie stuff like that. So that's why I've been doing my weekly report video in order to get that back, get that passion back. Because I love movies. I have over 700 physical releases in my collection, and I have probably over 1,000 movies in the collection because I have a lot of box sets and stuff like that. The Zatoichi Japanese series is fantastic. There's 25 movies of one samurai who's a blind swordsman, and he just stands up for the little guy. He's always punching up and sort of humbling these royal assholes.
He's kicking all these dudes' asses, and
and they don't expect it at all. They're like, oh, look at this stupid blind man.
So what is it like? Does he show up and he's like, you better leave them alone? He's like, haha, stupid blind guy, and then he just
and they try to punch him, and he just breaks their arm or whatever. It's
that sounds awesome. I kind of want to watch that now.
Criterion has a box set of 20 it's not all 25 movies. Or 25 movies in all of it. They did make a 26th movie to finish
Criterion's always kind of surprises me because they when you hear about it, you're thinking, oh, it's just a bunch of arty films, and then they'll pick up these freaking bizarre, kind of sleazy ass movies that are B films. I'm like, what?
Salo.
What? Oh my god.
120 Days of Sodom.
I remember that meme of Bill Hader going you should show this on a date night. Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a perfect
I wouldn't
date
recommend
movie
it, but I mean, hey.
No, it's I haven't seen it.
That's a fantastic movie too. It's not for everyone though.
I've not seen it, but I know of it. Yeah.
It's very anti-fascist, which is good. So it's a very interesting movie. The director got killed over that movie.
Oh my god.
So yeah, he was gonna make the trilogy of filth, I think is what he called it, because before he made that movie, he made something called the trilogy of life, which was sort of his love letter to humanity, and nobody liked those movies, and he was really sick of because of the 70s. No one liked the movie. Nowadays, people love it, but back when he was making it in Italy, they were going through the years of lead, I believe, which is when the communists and the fascists were going against each other for 2 or 3 years. And he lived through that, and he was so jaded by just people in general that he made Salo as his first movie of the trilogy of death, is what it's called. Trilogy of life and then death. And the second or third movie was going to be Dante's Inferno, a adaptation of that.
Oh, shit.
And I would have fucking loved it. I would have loved to see his vision of Dante's Inferno, but he got murdered. So
he got assassinated over.
Yeah, he got killed. So, and it was a mob hit. So the mob
man, that sucks.
So yeah, it's a shame. I wish he did not get killed because he had a really fascinating eye for movies. So Teorema is a really fantastic movie as well about a really hunky, good-looking guy visits a family's vacation home just in the middle of the day. And it's like, hey, I'm a traveler, whatever. And every single person in the family falls in love with this guy. And it ends up splitting the family because everyone's like, I want him. And because he's just like a model. He is so good looking. He listens to everybody. Everyone wants him. It's a really fun. Yeah. It's a really fascinating movie. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's good. That sounds interesting. I'll have to find that one.
Oh yeah, it's also on Criterion.
Oh my! What isn't on Criterion nowadays?
A lot. There's so many movies I want them to release. So
Yeah, no, I actually made a list a while ago called movies that should be on the Criterion list. I think some of them have
I
gone
have
on
whole
there.
discussion video, like 2 hour discussion videos with people I've invited onto the channel to like talk about it. Because there's so many movies that need to be like Redbeard, for example. That's another Kurosawa movie that's fantastic. Toshiro Mifune is in it. He plays an old doctor who is.
He's really good in Yojimbo. I watch Yojimbo.
Oh
I
yeah.
really enjoy it, but I watched the English version, and that just I just don't like
Don't do dubs.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't like dubs. I just find it shatters the immersion a bit.
Same.
But that's why Akira was great, because I watched it Japanese, had the subtitles on. It was great. It's like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but Redbeard, it don't even have a Blu-ray. It's still on DVD. So
Wait, which movie is
this? It kills
this?
me. Redbeard. It's the final movie that Kurosawa and Mifune worked on.
Oh, isn't that the one about the doctor? I've heard about this.
Yeah.
one.
It's fantastic. It's one of the most emotional movies by him.
I love Ron.
Which is saying a lot.
Ron's probably my favorite Kurosawa movie.
I have a really hard time with that movie. I love the cinematography. I love the characters. But I just fall asleep every time I watch that movie. I don't know what it is about
it. The
it.
battle scene at the end of the movie is so good.
I love it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I just don't get into it.
Then again, I love big battle scenes, so
Yeah, you should watch War and Peace, the 70s adaptation of it, the 7.5 hour.
I've also heard Seven Samurai has a pretty epic battle. I'm like, I gotta watch. That's another movie.
Top 5 movie of all time.
I gotta see Seven Samurai at some point.
That's a movie that you should take an entire day to like watch.
Yeah, it definitely seems one like Stalker, which I have the Criterion version of Stalker. It's like one turn off all my stuff.
Stalker is awesome.
Just watch the movie.
Solaris is fantastic as well. Tarkovsky is just a phenomenal director, but you got to be really patient with him because a lot of it's landscape shots and people walking across at half speed, seemingly. Andrei Rublev is one of the hottest movies I've watched by him. It's very boring,
and also he's one of those guys like if you don't like it, fuck you, you're stupid. You don't understand my movies. I'm just like
that's how it feels reading the essays and stuff.
It's
that
like,
come
you know what? Fuck
Criterion.
you, Tarkovsky.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's.
Well, I hate to say this, but I'm at the end of my.
Oh yeah, I did want to bring this up because I know you said 3:45 your time. It's 2:45. It's 2:52. So yeah, I'm like, hey, if you need to leave, just
I'm an hour ahead. Yeah.
But
this was so much fun. I would be happy to come back because this felt like 5 minutes for me. I looked down and I saw 3:50. I was like, oh shit! Like
I
thought it was like 3:15.
Yeah, well, this was indeed fun. As I like to do before the end of this, if you'll stay a little bit longer, just a minute.
Yeah.
If you have any social media, feel free to share it. And
so I have. Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. It's the same username, Christian's HobbiBlog. I have the I in that because I was trying to invoke the Hobbit. It's sort of like how I was trying to get the fantasy into my name. And I was very lazy, so I was like, I'll just take off the T, whatever, it's Hobbi. But I have Instagram. I'm on Discord as well, but I don't have a server or anything, but, if you want to DM me and just chat, like, I'm on there as well. And I'll send you the links, that way you have it. But my username is Capybara U, which is really, I'll send it so it's in the description. But I don't think I have any other social media. I'm just on Instagram. So I've sort of stepped back from social media as much as I can to maintain my sanity. So
fair enough. I don't blame you on that. But I had a lot of fun with this. So hopefully,
thank you so much for inviting me on. This was a lot of fun.
But hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. And until next time.